I'm Judy Shaw for NYSE Floor Talk. Joining me today is Gabriel Yorio. He is Deputy Minister of Finance and Public Credit of Mexico. Deputy Minister, it's wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thanks for inviting me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So, Deputy Minister, can you elaborate about Mexico's new sustainable taxonomy?
No, yeah, sure, and thank you for the opportunity to share about our new taxonomy. We just presented a couple of weeks ago, and it has unique features. I think the two specific features, one is that it's a sustainable taxonomy, so it is green and it has also social dimensions. Mexico is an emerging market, middle income, so we need to address some social gaps. But the second one is that the main social gap that we are bringing in this taxonomy is gender equality. So these are the two different features that make it unique compared to other taxonomies in Mexico and no?
Okay. Now tell me, what are the main targets of Mexico's sustainable finance strategy, and how does this taxonomy fit in?
You know, we're trying to speed and mobilize more financing or more resources to fight climate change, but also to address these specific social gaps. And the taxonomy will help us to do that. We're going to be using our financial system or develop our local markets in order to mobilize these resources. Using the taxonomy will help us to identify specific targets on all these, let's call it, sustainable objectives that we need to address in not only in the short term, but also on the medium term.
Okay, so you did mention that you are different from other taxonomies. Tell me, what is the main difference, and how is it different from others that are around the world?
You know, the taxonomies were born first to address climate change, so they are called green taxonomies. And we are using the green taxonomies as a base, and we expanded with a social dimension issue. So that's why we're calling it sustainable taxonomy. I think that's the main difference. But the good news is that the Mexican taxonomy is going to be in line with the European taxonomy. So practically we're standardizing the way we treat or we identify the impacts of economic activities on sustainability, climate change, but also like gender gaps.
Now, why did you decide to include the social dimension to your taxonomy?
This is a very good question because you know, we still need to address these social gaps. Mexico is a developing country, so we are interested in fighting climate change, but at the same time, we need to address these social goals. So for us, it's important to bring the sustainable perspective and to identify the cross effect between green policies and social policies.
All right, so talk to me about the index. How does it work, and how do you hope to use it?
You know, we're bringing this characteristic on the taxonomy. The Gender Equality Index is an index that captures, for example, the way women are integrated in our labor force. Also, equality measures such as the wage gap, and it has a cross-cutting effect. And so we can map in other economic activities how much they contribute to gender equality, and that's how we are going to use the index.
Okay. And finally, talk to me about the immediate projects you're working on to foster the green and sustainable markets for Mexico.
Yeah, no, sure, and we want to take, to take the most of the benefit of the taxonomy. So we want to bring well-being to the people in Mexico, and we want to use the taxonomy, for example, to develop green mortgages in our country. We already have the certifications. We want to provide cheap financing. So with the taxonomy, we can actually identify what buildings are green or what houses are green and provide a source of funding for people to access affordable housing, but affordable green housing. That's what we want to do. No?
All right. Well, wonderful news.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me on Floor Talk. It's great to have you here today.
Thank you very much for inviting me.